Hello, this will be a special video that I've been waiting to make for over a year. It will be a guide to change your name in Quebec for trans people. Now just to start off really quickly, there's a couple things that you need to understand. This is the way that I have legally been able to change my name. There are some different ways to do it. If you've had surgeries and stuff like that, but this is going to be the way to change your name before you've had any surgery. So let's say you just came out and you're in therapy, and let's say you're starting hormones and stuff like that. This will be a guide to how to change your name now. This will not have to do with changing your gender marker. I'll go into detail a little later on about how to do that, but for right now it's really just going to be like a guide to change your name. So I've decided I'm also going to be making a French version of this video. A lot of people have been asking me to make a French video, and I decided that since Quebec is French, I will be making this video in French as well. So I will link that probably up here or something like that when I make it. Now, the first thing you want to do in order to change your name, you're going to have to go onto l'État civil website, and I'm going to put all these links down here so that you can understand exactly what I'm talking about step by step. Because I don't want to lose you, because this is a really long process, and if you mess up sometime in the middle of the process, you're going to get lost and you're going to be wasting a lot of time, and I don't want you to do that, and that's why I'm making this video. First thing you're going to do is you're going to go on the website and you're going to have to get an application of change of name. Now this isn't the actual application, this is a preliminary application where you tell them the reason why you want to change your name, you give them a reason, it doesn't cost anything, and then you send it to them. This way, l'État civil is going to get information on why they think you deserve a name change, and if your reason is valuable, good, whatever, then you will be able to get your name change. There's only a couple of reasons why you're allowed to change your name in Quebec, and you have to state those reasons in your preliminary application. One of the reasons is like your name is famous, your name is too complicated, you've been using your name for 5 years, or it causes discomfort in your life. Now what I did is I told them that I was trans and I should be able to get a name change, because every single day going by this name and, you know, popping out my IDs and this name doesn't match, it causes a lot of discomfort, blah, blah, blah. Once that's done, you send it off and you wait. I know how horrible this is going to sound, but it takes about 1 to 2 months before you actually get the real application, and that comes in a big old envelope that looks like this. So in this big old envelope, you're going to find a whole bunch of really cool papers, such as this one. This is a guide to how to change your name. There are some really complicated things in here that I really didn't understand, and that's why I decided to make you guys a video. So, now that you thought you got the application, it's going to be easy, right? Oh, hell no, Quebec don't make it easy for you. What you're going to do is you're going to have to contact a newspaper in your town, in your district, where you're going to have to publish your name twice. It's going to be twice, so it's going to be once. You're going to have to contact a newspaper once you get. So you've thought, oh my god, I have this application, now I can apply for my name change and it's all going to be easy. No, Quebec doesn't make it that easy for us, and that sucks, but let's just deal with it. What you're going to do is you're going to have to contact a newspaper. I decided to go with the Journal de Montréal because I live in Montreal. If you live somewhere else, you contact the newspaper that is in your district. You're going to have to write a little blurb, which they provide you with in the application that says, and then you write your birth name, I'm changing my name to Chase Ross, I live at, and you have to write your address. It's absolutely horrible that we have to write our address because of discrimination and stuff like that, but it's for people who are, I don't know, fleeing the government and don't want their names, whatever. So once you've done that, your name is going to be in the newspaper twice, and it's going to be one on one week and one on the other week. You decide with the person, and it's going to cost you, mine cost about, I think it was $96. Once you've called them, perfect. Now you're going to get a piece of paper in that big old envelope I told you for the Gazette in Quebec City. This is like a booklet that says all the name changes that have happened in the last, I don't know, 3 months. I'm not really sure what it is, but you're going to go ahead and send that application as well. I think that cost $114, I'm not sure. Maybe it's a little less. Please, I'm sorry about that one. That's the one step in my name change application that I don't remember. I'm sorry. But once that's sent off, now you have to wait again. And I'm sorry, but it's going to take another while. It takes about, because you have to wait for it to come in the newspaper. You have to clip it out of the newspaper, and you have to wait and put it with your application, and you have to wait for the one that comes from Quebec City, which comes, it's like a little booklet that comes like this, and it's in a wrapped, like plastic paper, which you don't open it, okay? I know you want to see that your name is going to be changed, but you can't do it. I wish we were halfway through this video, but we're not. So I'm really sorry. I'm talking as fast as I can, but there's a lot of information how to change your name in Quebec. So let's say you have your application in hand, you filled it out perfectly, everything is great, you have your money, which is $130 plus, I believe, $10.95 for a name change certificate. Then you're going to have your Gazette booklets that come in the plastic wrapping, and you're going to have your 2 newspaper clippings. You think you're done? You're really close. The last 2 things that you need are your letter from your endocrinologist saying that you have been administered hormones on this date and that you're being seen by this doctor. And the second one is a therapist letter. The government wants to make sure that they're actually allowing a trans person, like an actual trans person, to get a name change, because, you know, it would be ridiculous if somebody said that they were trans and they weren't trans, to get a name change and, you know, go through all this process with the government. Please excuse my sarcasm. This process literally has ended for me today, and I'm extremely happy. It's been over a year, but I hit a couple bumps in the road, so it's not going to be that long for you. Now, let us make sure that we have everything for the final application. You're going to need a big letter mail like this. What you're going to need, okay? First, you're going to need your application. Then you're going to need your money in a check form. I think the check it'll come out to like $140. You're going to need your therapist letter, your endocrinologist letter, the package from the Gazette in the plastic wrap, the newspaper clippings, and you're going to need a photocopy of your birth certificate. Once you have all of these together and you have the envelope, what I need you to go do is to go see go to affidavit. I'm sorry, I don't really know what that means, but I know what you have to do. What you're going to need to go do, you're going to need to go to a place that's associated with oaths. So you go to a counter, the person reviews your application, you have to say, it says here on my application that you need to stamp it and sign it, I don't really know. And then they look at your application and they say, is this the truth? And you say yes, and they sign it, and it's $5. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your application is finally complete. You are able to seal this beautiful envelope. Kiss it a couple of times because it took you so long to get it. I mean, it's been like 5 months already. And you go ahead and send it out. And now the waiting game. It takes about 5 to 6 months. I'm sorry. It's ridiculous. But after the 5 to 6 months, you're going to come across a letter that looks like this. Express post from the government. Oh my god, does this mean my application has been rejected? I'm so scared. If you have all the documents that I just talked to you about in your application, then I'm sure your application will go through and you will get this beautiful letter that will include all your documents back. So you will get your letter of endocrinology back, you'll get your therapist letter back, you'll get your, I think you get your copy of your birth certificate back, like it's just a photocopy, and you get a beautiful piece of paper that says the decision. You're going to get this really long paper here that has like an official stamp, and it's the decision. It literally says décision, and it says that you have been granted your name change, and it'll come with a piece of paper that will say in 30 days, if there are no obligations from anybody who's seen your name in the paper or anybody has any obligation in the government, à l'état civil, to your name change, you'll receive a name change certificate. Literally, to the dot, almost 30 days after I received my decision, I received my new name change certificate, which comes with a little, like, flippy here, but you can rip that off. You get 2 of these, which is great, and I will explain to you what happens when you get this. So once you get this, you're not done. You have to go to l'état civil, find an office where they have, like, services for Quebec, where you're going to apply for your new birth certificate, which will cost you $44 for a birth certificate that looks exactly like this. Instead, on top, it says certificat de naissance, and it tells you all, I was about to talk all French there, and it tells you all the information. Now you keep seeing those little yellow lines all over my papers, and those because I'm putting post-its all over the things that I don't want you to see, like my old name and my middle name. That's not happening. And then it's literally 10 days later, you're going to receive your new birth certificate. Whoa! And then life can begin. And I think we've hit the 10-minute mark, and we're almost done. Now let's talk about what you're going to do and how you're going to change all your cards. Now, the first card that I would really recommend that you change is your Medicare card, because that's the one that takes 6 weeks. Can you believe this? Literally got that in the mail like 2 weeks ago, and I've had this application. Let's not talk about that. What you have to do for your Medicare card, you have to pick up your phone, you have to get the Medicare card people number, and you have to say, I have a new name and I need a new Medicare card. And they're going to send you an application. You have to call them or else you're not going to be able to change your Medicare card. You're going to get the application in about 5 business days. Once you have that, you just have to go to any CLSC. And if you live in Quebec, you know exactly what I'm talking about, so I don't need to explain. It's a clinic. You're going to have to go to a CLSC with your new birth certificate, your name change certificate, your old Medicare card, and the application, and that's it. And 6 weeks later, you'll receive your new Medicare card. Oh, you also need to bring a picture, a new beautiful picture. That's me. Also, fun fact for anybody who's changing their name to something that wasn't close to their birth name, you know the little code on your Medicare card which would go ROS as my last name, Ross, and then the first letter of your first name would be up here. I didn't know that it changed, but it does, so now it's ROSC. If you know what I'm talking about if you live in Quebec. Second thing you're going to do if you want a job, right, you're going to have to go to Service Canada. Now, it's the first time you're going to venture into any Canadian area to change any of your papers that you've just started this, and you're going to just tell them that you need a new SIN number, a new social insurance number, you need a new card so that you'll be able to work, and my card just fell. This took exactly on the dot 10 days, and got my new card, Chase Ross. I can work now. The next thing you're going to do now is change your driver's license. This is easy. You can go to any driver's license place in Quebec, any service counter of Quebec that deals with driver's license. You tell them you have a new name, show them your birth certificate, show them your new name change certificate, and there you go. You get a new picture and you're done. That's how easy it gets, and then I believe you get this super quickly. Like, I got this within like 7 business days, and new driver's license. And now the fun stuff, you're gonna have to go to your bank and change your debit card and your credit card. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to your bank, you're gonna have to talk to an actual agent that has an office, show them your new birth certificate, your new name change certificate, your new driver's license, your new Medicare card, your new SIN. You show them all the new papers that you've received, and you'll be able to get new cards within 10 business days. Those are like the easiest things that I can think of. And now we're going to talk about the passport, because this is probably the most complicated thing. And I'm not going to go into much detail because I'm crazy town on this video right now. But in order to change your passport, it's going to be like any other, you have to reapply for a passport. So you do have to pay the $87 fee as of now. I know that it's going to be going up after July 1st, 2013. But for now, it's $87. You have to pick up a new application. So you go and you pick one up here, or I think you can like print it online. And you're going to go ahead and fill it out. You need to have your 3 references, guarantor, you need 2 new pictures, everything is great. And then you can go to the passport office and you can go ahead and get your name changed. It's super easy. The thing that's hard is, you see that? You see that little M right there? My gender isn't legally changed in Quebec, and I was able to get it changed on my passport. This is called a limited validity passport, and I will be making a video about this because it's going to take too long to explain. I will link that right up here when I make it, which is not yet, so if you don't see a link there, you can message me and ask me where the video is. And that's it! Your passport will come within 2 weeks, and you're done. Your name has been legally changed in every aspect of your life. If you need to change your name on PayPal, you just show them this and this. Now, the thing that sucks is if you have other accounts and other cards that you need to change your name on that I don't have, because I just showed you everything that I have, what you have to do is you always have to bring your birth certificate and your name change certificate with you in order to, and you have to bring all your new cards and just tell everybody your whole effing life story. Oh, look, I'm trans, I changed my name, here it is, blah, blah. But once you're done, you're done. Now, I really hope that I didn't forget any steps, and I really hope that this was helpful for anybody who lives in Quebec. Now, I probably should have mentioned this in the beginning, and I'm so sorry that I didn't, because now I feel horrible, because you've watched like 15 minutes of this video. You're only allowed to get a name change from Quebec if you were born in Quebec. If you have a Quebec birth certificate right here, of a Quebec, that's a certificate of name change. There you go. Certificate of naissance. If it's Quebec right here, you were born in Quebec, you're able to get a name change from Quebec. I am not allowed to go to a different province or a different state to get my name changed for $55 on the pop like that. I was not born there. This is why it's so complicated, and that's why I decided to make a video to show everybody that it is possible to get your name changed really easy. Now, I know that this video may seem really complicated, but you have clear outlined steps of me talking really fast and me flailing my arms and me being funny. Because I don't think transition should be all about depression and stuff like that. And if you want to see more, then watch my videos. For right now, I hope everything was outlined properly. If you have any questions whatsoever about getting your name changed in Quebec, about getting your name changed in other provinces, about getting your gender marker changed, and about gender limited validity on your passport, please message me and I will get back to you. I hope you guys have a great week, and subscribe if you want to see more videos. Oh my god, I never tell people to subscribe. I really want love. Have a great week.